obviously you kind of went away for a year and are now
Yeah.
back. What's it like for you when you found out you were being able to come back to Portland?
I was elated, to say the least. I mean, the time that I had at Western New York was great. It was great working with other coaches, great working with other players. Definitely didn't take that for granted, but coming back to a place like this with the facilities and the atmosphere and the fan support, it's incredible. And I remember it from our inaugural season, how much I loved it here. So I'm excited.
You said it was obviously a good year in Western New York. Was it difficult for you when you found out you were leaving?
I think it's difficult to leave something in a place that you love, and especially, playing here for a year, I think I developed a connection with the players and the fans, but it gave me another opportunity to experience a different style of play and players, and it's a business, and I think I definitely understand that, and I'm just grateful that I'm able to be back here.
With this year, obviously you and some of the other players are going to have to take on quite a leadership role with a lot of the internationals being in and out for the whole season. How are you kind of approaching that, and what do you feel about that?
I think it's going to take more than one person, and I think all of the signed players right now have come together, and the girls coming in that are helping us, they've been doing a great job as well, and I think it's important that it's not just one person trying to lead, it's everybody together. We've had many conversations about it already, and I think just based on the practices that we've had, we're kind of starting to mesh already, which is good to see.
You last year the Thorns had maybe some inconsistent performances, and they had some issues on defense at times. What do you hope to bring as a defensive player?
I think it's hard for any team to perform perfectly throughout the season, and I think it was especially hard for the Thorns last year because they've got so many great players, and it's sometimes difficult to perform every single game. But I just hope to bring a little bit of experience, a lot of heart, aggression, and I'm eager to learn and eager to contribute in any way possible.
Do you find yourself trying to mesh a little bit more with the players that are already set on the roster versus the trialists, or is it the whole group just kind of coming together and trying to get set for the new season?
I think it's the entire group. Right now we've got 12 people that are signed with us, and it's going to take more than 12 people to win games. So I think it's important that everybody here, whether they're signed or trying out, we all mesh together because that's how we're going to win.
Are you still feeling that sense of familiarity with the club despite being a new coach, new players? I mean, really in front of you, Allie and Mon are the ones from the first season. Everyone else is kind of
right.
new.
And it was actually nice because I spent over a month here before I was traded. So I got to know some of the girls that were already here as well. So it's obviously good to be back on the field with them and get to know other players as well. And like I said already, I think after our fourth practice, I already feel some connections, and it's looking good. So it's a positive for sure.
Is Paul already setting the groundwork for the season, or are you guys still kind of building into preseason?
I think we're still building. I mean, it is the second day, but I'm sure there's going to be some grueling days ahead of us, but it makes it all worth it in the end, and we're still trying to connect, but I think it's looking pretty good.
What do you think having kind of a younger team as the core this year, while some of the older players and
right. It's not going to be easy, especially because we do have a lot of youth, but I think that we're up for the challenge, and I think that we're willing to give it everything we have, and whether that's good enough or not, we're going to find out. I have a feeling that, as long as we're giving it 100% and we're busting our butts every game, the results will come.
Last one. Off the field, was there anything sort of Portlandy that you missed while you were away?
Oh man, I mean, there's so many. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. Food, especially, that will always be my number one here. But I do feel like there was a sense of connection with the fans here. You're walking down and they're like, "Oh, Kat," like it was so cool. Even visiting from Western New York and playing here, people would stop, me on the street and say something, and either I was. Even though I was on the other team, like, it was cool to see the connection that they still had. And that's something that we definitely don't take for granted, and we are very fortunate to have.
Thanks, Kat.
Great.
Thanks, Kat.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.